Welcome to the curriculum overview for SkillBott. We're going to start by logging in as a student. The home screen of the student has three sections. On the left, you'll see what is the equivalent of the assignment notebook. This will populate with assignments as time goes on. On the top here are the 6 courses included in SkillBott. And at the bottom is a place for announcements that teachers can post. Let's take a look at the 6 courses, and then we'll look at it a little bit more in depth. First, we have the Interpersonal Skills course, Communications, and Self-Improvement, followed by Job Finding Skills, On-the-Job Skills, and Social Media and Internet Skills course. These 6 courses can be taken individually. They do not build on each other, so if you would like to work on some of the communications material and then skip around to the social media, it'll work out just fine. We have also included for students a student training course so that students can become familiar with the program and how to manipulate it. Let's take a look at what's involved in each of these courses. Let's start with interpersonal. The interpersonal is just that. We talk about compromising, arrogance in the workplace, cultural sensitivity, customer service. Opportunities are created, not handed out. So it's basically a lesson on attitude, a course on attitude. In the communication skills course, we deal with just that. We talk about the art of listening, of course, but we also talk about controlling your emotions, learning how to say I don't know politely. And then we cover 2 lessons on both positive and negative criticism and how to deal with each. We talk about networking, being persuasive, and the unwritten rules of workplace communication. The Self-Improvement Skills course begins to ask the student to think about where they're going in life. What is it they want to do? Are they a drifter, or do they have something in mind? So as part of this lesson, we ask the students to take the SkillBott Explorer self-assessment. This is a career assessment that is built into SkillBott. It could be taken as part of the self-improvement course, or it could be taken before the students start any of the courses. It is not only a career self-assessment that determines what fields the students might be interested in, but it also asks the students if they have the skills and abilities needed for that career, and if so, are they willing to further those, or if not, are they willing to take the courses necessary? And finally, it also discovers what values and needs the student have to make himself happy so that the student can have a well-rounded life. So it's a little bit more involved than a usual career assessment. As I said, this is built into Lesson 2 of the Self-Improvement Skills course. We then start talking about leadership, teamwork, networking, time management, and goal setting. Then we go on to the Job Finding Skills course, which deals with kind of the traditional interviewing, resume, cover letter material. We start with informational interviews and then move on through the job application, dressings for success, dining etiquette, first impressions, and working hard or hardly working. On the On-the-Job Skills course, we talk about traditional things such as workplace attendance, but we also cover politics in the workplace, following your instinct, a good relationship with your employer, workplace entitlement and integrity, consistency, multitasking. All of these are covered in the On-the-Job Skills course. Finally, in the Social Media and Internet Skills course, we basically divide this almost into 2 sections. In the beginning, we discuss internetworking, emailing, the etiquette of texting, cell phone use, using the internet in the workplace, and then we get into using the internet to discover your interests, perhaps your major or college, if that's what you're interested in. We then get into what we call a little bit more advanced course lessons. For instance, in Lesson 5, we discuss using LinkedIn. We ask the students to create a LinkedIn account. We also address the new LinkedIn section on colleges that started in August of this past year. We discuss Twitter and create a Twitter account, blogs, monster.com, using Skype and videos as far as interviews, and also we get into the electronic resume and so on and so forth. So we cover not only the traditional resume and cover letter, but also the electronic one. Let's take a look at an individual lesson and see exactly what comprises each of our lessons. Each course has anywhere between 7 and 14 lessons in it, but each lesson is basically made up the same way, same format. So each lesson in a course will take approximately 2 to 3 hours to complete if you do all the activities. As a teacher or administrator, you have authorabilities here. You can hide activities if you prefer that students not do them. You can hide entire lessons so that you can create your own lesson plan. However, if let's take a minute here to take a look at an individual lesson. As I said, they're all formatted in the same way. Each lesson has an introduction. You'll notice there's an A after this introduction. That means there's an avatar included with this activity. And we are very cognizant of the multimodalities of our learners, the various levels of reading skills. So we've included avatars in many of our lessons and activities. Let me just play the very beginning of this one so you can get a feel for it.
Many books have been written about leadership in the workplace, and for good reason. Leadership has a tremendous impact on the health of an organization and on the experience of its employees.
So basically the avatar is going to summarize what is said below in print. We also suggest that you might want to download a free text-to-speech program called naturalreaders.com, and that will serve as a text-to-speech program for you. Let me just show you briefly how this works. Simply highlight it and click play.
Another exercise focuses on a role of failure in leadership.
So as you can see, the student can have the material read to them, and that is naturalreaders.com. So that we have an introduction in each lesson. Next we have think and respond questions, which are somewhat icebreaker questions, get the student thinking about what this lesson is going to be about. And we ask the student to simply type their answers in the comment box. Every lesson has a glossary. These will be multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank. That sets the vocabulary that will be used for this particular lesson. Every lesson also has a pre-quiz. Again, this is going to be a multiple choice type activity. The computer will grade anything that's multiple choice, short answer, true, false, fill in the blank. So those 4 are at the beginning of each lesson. In this particular lesson, we move on to a role play center video, which is also included in each lesson. These videos are performed by students, not by professional actors, and they will always be a topical type vignette of what the material of the lesson is going to be about. And I'll play you this one so you can get a feel for what will occur.
Remember, the term leader is subjective. It can mean many things to many people. In the workplace, sometimes we may think a leader is only somebody who officially has a management position. Today in the Role Play Center, we'll see that leadership can arise anywhere. Would you like to receive that? No, thanks. Sure? Yep. You got a problem with that? No.
I have a problem with that.
Look, the boss will never find out. Besides, what he pays us here, I think I deserve it. You look the other way for me, I'll look the other way for you. Deal?
No, sorry, I can't do that.
Look, you don't have to do anything. Just mind your own business.
You know what? This is my business.
You looking for trouble?
No, but
Hey, she's right. What you're doing is wrong, man. Split it 3 ways.
no.
I was just kidding. I wasn't really going to take it. time someone stood up to that guy. You rock. Most people have great leadership potential, but don't want to expose their lives to great hardships. It's much easier to stay in the middle of the road, but great leaders stand up for what's right even when it isn't easy. In today's lesson, we'll explore what it takes to become a leader. I'm Abe, and we'll see you next time at the Role Play Center.
This is a typical video. Very often our videos are followed up with a discussion forum question. In this case, there are two of them. These are blog type activities where the student is asked to reply or start a new thread to answer the question that is given. There are two of them in this particular exercise. Again, if you choose to have the students do just one of them, you can go into as the teacher and hide the second one so it's not showing. Now we really get into the meat of the program, and in this case, in this activity, we have a read-only activity where the students are asked to read a section, much like in a textbook. Again, we have included an avatar here.
Good day. Sir Winston Churchill here. There are many good leaders, but they can get lost in the masses of people in every walk of life.
So you can see that he is going to again summarize what is written up here. After that, again, this next activity is another discussion forum or blog type activity. We then follow that with another reading activity, and this one is actually asking the students to open an attachment, which is a PDF. We've made all of our attachments PDFs so that students won't have a problem opening them. And it also asks them to start thinking about one of these individuals in the PDF to do a research activity on. So the students would open this activity, read it, or use the text-to-speech program to read it. And we have given them a large variety of types of people to choose from. As you can see, inventors, public figures, Hollywood people. In this case, all people who were initially failures and later became successful. We asked the students to choose one of these and give a biography of that person, and we've left some parameters here for them. And then we go a little bit farther into this project for this lesson in the next activity. We're telling the students that they can create this presentation. They can do it in any format they like. Again, we're trying to appeal to multimodalities of learners. And so we're telling the students they can do a traditional term paper, they can do a PowerPoint, they can create a website, a wiki, create a video and post a YouTube video of themselves answering these questions. So we then ask them to submit that along with either the document or the URL or whatever it is and attach it for the teacher to view. Every lesson concludes with a wrap-up and final thoughts, which again is an essay type answer that will refer back to the think and respond questions at the beginning of the lesson and ask students to kind of summarize what they've learned here. Again, the avatar will explain what is being asked. The assessment for each lesson consists of the situational judgment questions. These are multiple choice, and they are always short vignettes dealing with the topic that was presented in the lesson, and the students are asked to choose the best solution for the issue that is presented. So this is considered the final assessment for this lesson. There will be one of these in each lesson. In addition, in terms of assessment purposes, at the end of each course, we have a final project. The only one without a final project would be the social media course, because the social media course is in general a great deal of, consists of a great deal of project-based assignments, so we do not have a final project for that particular one. However, for the other courses, we do have a final project. And again, the students are given choices. So in this case, there are two activities. In this particular one, they can answer these questions about their goals, or they can create a team building exercise. Again, while we give them the choice in the activities, we also give them the choice in the format they want to turn it into to the teacher to. So this could be more of a portfolio assessment. So that's the final project. Let's take a look at one other activity just to show you a slightly different activity that is in some of our lessons. In our interpersonal skills course, in Lesson 9, we talk about customer service. And in this case, we have what used to be a play-type format, and it can still be read in a scenario or play-type format. We also have an avatar here that will help the student to process that scenario. But optionally, we also have an animated scenario of this so that students can watch the play, basically. And I'll just play a portion of this.
Tony, I need your help with something. What do you want now? Can you help me prove these cash register sales logs? It looks like the numbers for 2 of the registers are not balancing. I don't think that's my job. It sounds like you are cutting it and you want to dump your problems on me. No, I just want your help. Well, I need a lot of help too, but you don't seem crying about it. Forget you. You're a very mean and unhappy person. I'll get help somewhere else. Good. I'm out of here.
So as you can see, we have tried diligently to present different modes for students to use. So that is basically what our curriculum includes. I would like to show you that the students can also view their grades, obviously, and they have a couple of reports here that are simply printed with their browser printer. We also have an activity grade, which shows time on task. Let me go back to the home page and show you also that the student can see the alignment to the Common Core objectives and standards. In this case, the student can see that for the reading goal, determining the central idea or conclusion of a text, he has mastered 20% of that goal. And if we click on the review button here, we can see which activities are aligned to that goal. We are aligned to the reading goals in Common Core, the writing goals in Common Core, speaking and listening, and language. In addition, we are aligned to the SCANS standards, Secretary's Commission on Achieving Necessary Skills, and the EFF standards. As a teacher, I can see this same material. I can see it by student. I can also see it by my class. So what we've given you today is an overview of the curriculum of SkillBott. If you'd like to see more about the teacher end of this or teacher training end of this, please click on that link to view that webinar. Thank you.